Hey guys, so I wanted to make a new video. Um, Pretty much this is about zodiac signs, astronomy. Um, so in my introductory video, I made a very much revealing sense of who I am. Um, I'm a Gemini, just saying it. As far as the different signs that we can talk about all of them. I am So, let me just give you a little feedback of just Gemini as a whole for me and just my sense of a Gemini because I'm the May one, like I'm the beginning of it. So, I know people have a different, um, encounter with a Gemini. I can't say they're all great, but I can't say they're all bad either. I'm real with it because I'm not gonna say that there aren't other Geminis I've encountered where I said to myself, well, "Wow, I really think you're great," or "I know there's a lot that we just have to have an understanding between each other." Just two different um, energies, even though it's the same sign, um, and even different signs. So I'd rather go in order. I don't want to go in depth with Gemini just yet because even though it's the third one, I'm going to go in order. So let's start with Aries. So Aries is pretty much the first one, brings in spring. You know, any Aries you encounter, they're very. So I'm going to give my point of view. Like, I'm not an astrologist, but I do have a great sense of each sign. Like, I would feel possibly you guys can relate. So I'll give you each sign breakdown. And then you guys can just be like, wow, like you must really have been around each sign. And it's like, yeah, after you've worked with corporate America for a good while, you kind of pick up each birthday and you're just like, all right, well, this is how they're going to be at these particular times. So it gets to that point. So let's start Aries. So with Aries, they're fire, the first fire at that. Um, cool spring fire, maybe rainy, but um, slightly sunny, if anything, fire. Um, because it goes into April too. They bring in April. So they are pretty much the 21st of March going into April, pretty much by the 19th. Um, and yeah, they're cool individuals. You can get along with an Aries. They will tell you more than you think they will, and even what they thought they will. You can read them as much as they can read you, and it's not a bad thing. Um, I feel like every sign, they have a sense of wanting things, and they don't mind making sure you understand that. And every other sign is gonna probably look at this and be like, "Well, I'm that way," and it's like, yeah, but they have a way that they do it, and I'll explain everyone else's way from a different perspective based off their sign to when I get to their sign to where you're going to be like, okay, you explained it even from just Aries, but you said it from an Aries perspective, but now you're saying it from my perspective. It's like, all right, yeah, I get you, day. But yes, as far as with an Aries, they just have a way with it. When they want things, they really do want it. Even down to the greats of music and actors, they serious about that. Um, so which brings us into Tauruses, which is next. They're mid spring, going into late spring like myself, but they're mid spring. So pretty much by the 20th, the 21st of April, even by the 22nd possibly. Some people may cut it off in between where it's like, well, no, the 21st is when it starts, or the 22nd is when it starts. However y'all desire to look at it. Um, Taurus is pretty much right there, and they're very headstrong, and even they have a way that they want things the way they want it. Astrology says bullish ways. What does that mean? That means if I want it this way, they will. Aries and Taurus, they won't fight about it, but they have a similar aspect because they're both spring, but one's a bit more cooler than the other because, of course, fire, earth sign. When it comes to earth sign, there's a bit more of a rock there. With fire, it's more of a keen way. There's more of a, I want to be, you got to know, but with an earth sign, it's, you know what I mean? It's just two different ways. And it stems into the other signs too, which I'll get to. Let's start with mine, Gemini. So with me, we are May 21st to, because see, with Taurus, they go all the way up until May 20th. And with them bringing in May, there's still kind of rain, there's still nice sunshine, it's like 60 degrees. That's when everybody's starting to be like, well, you know what, I need to get outside. But when it gets to June, like late May, June, like my season, that's when it's hot. Growing up, it would hit me because I'm like, damn, like, I got one more month and then I'm out of school for the summer, but now it's like, damn, as an adult, it's like, shoot, I gotta plan things a certain way. But, yeah, with May and June Geminis, just like, so let's break it here because now we're 6 months going on, this not 6 months going on as far as like the months apart because we're still March to June. That's 3. What I mean by 6 months, we're going to get all the way towards. So let's say this, right? There's 2 different Aries because there's March and April. Just like there's 2 different Tauruses, which is April and May. Just like there's 2 different Geminis, which is May and June. You can tell the differences based off your moon. In ascending, it gets deeper. There's a different video for that. I'll have to really get into that, but no, when you're on a specific day, why wouldn't there be a moon there based on those emotions in that time? So damn right, there's a different type of Aries, there's a different type of Gemini, there's a different type of Taurus. And you get to really, that's why, like I said in the beginning, if you've encountered a certain Gemini, we're not all the same. But anyway, like I said, getting into possibly Cancer from here, the next sign. When it comes to a Gemini and when it comes to a Taurus, because they're similar in that aspect, but Gemini has more of a way. When I say aspect, I mean being forward. When it comes in a way to, like with Gemini, we're direct. We use our words the most out of everyone. Like, every other sign uses their words, but everyone uses their words and then there's the actions right behind it. We're literally words. Like, not literally words, but you know what I mean? Like, we literally have that sense of just being like, listen, like, but I say that with most air signs because each air sign is mutable. And then based off moons, there's other fire and earth and water that is also mutable. It all depends on the day. So I don't want to continue this video being like, all right, well, no, this sign is more like this and then no. We all on certain days and on certain peaks of the moon may attribute certain things. You got to really read into yourself. So back to what I was saying with the next sign, Cancer. There are 2 different Cancers. There are June and July. So with June, I can say, and July, I can say, very sweet individuals. What I do feel is different between June and July is June still has a fading essence of Gem, just like a Taurus would have a fading essence of Aries. And just like a Gemini would have a fading essence of a Taurus. because the moon is moving just as much as the sun, and we are ourselves. So I can't say, well, some people are completely into that sign and some aren't, based off the moon, their emotions. So everyone can be a sign, but they can also be a sense of what it would mean to them based off of when they came about and why they're who they are. So yeah, continuing on, July Cancers, they are more expressive on things than a June Cancer. There are some that are just as much. The ones that are the most, they're very noticeable, and we appreciate their contributions as well. They're very nice, just as much as July. So, leading on to the next sign, Leo. So now that we're in July, late July at that, the 23rd, because when you're going from June 21st to July 23rd, it's hot, it's burning up. Let me go back a minute to explain the way that the signs look. So Aries is considered a ram, which is an animal, but fire. Taurus, earth, which is a bull. So that's the first earth sign. Gemini, twins. I think out of everybody, we're the only humans fully. There's just two people. Everyone else, Virgo, Virgin, which we'll get into. But yeah, one of the only people. Let me stop. So as far as Leo, very strong-willed, strong-minded, just like every other sign. I'm not gonna single anyone out. I told y'all in the beginning. So, they have a very fiery sense, just like in Aries. So with Aries being the cool side of that fire, they're right in the summertime. So it's flames everywhere. It takes whatever moon that they got going on that night to let you know where those flames are going. Just like whatever currents with a Cancer, just like whatever communicative way you can talk with me about where we could go. I'm pretty sure I'm already making sure we could get there. Just like with a Taurus, just talk to them and let them know they gonna be right there. And then with an Aries, like I said, there's just a sense that what they want it. So with Leos, same thing. And they're very nice. They're very they're nice, and they want other people to know that. Just like every other sign. Because I've seen the sense of a Leo have a moment. A lot of Leos and other signs, just signs, period. I've just seen signs have a moment where they're just like, no one gets me. I've had that. And I'm a whole different sign. So let's continue on to the next earth sign, Virgo. Late August, because Leo takes August mostly in. And then by late August, it's Virgo. So Virgo, similar to Taurus, they have a sense that they headstrong, like we. But this headstrong's different because it's late summer, and it's gonna start cooling down. We going into September here, so they're not playing too much. They will, but they want to do too. They want to, and they don't want to stop. That's a Virgo. They're never going to stop. They will stop, but they're never going to stop. That's just a Virgo. That's the realness of a Virgo. They want to succeed. They want to be great. They want to have it the way they want it, for whatever means necessary. They gonna do it. But that leads into the balance of that, the sense, because we going into fall now. It's September, late September. It's about the 23rd, 22nd. It's fall. Libras are very, very telling. You don't have to not know what a Libra is going through just to not be around them. They will show you. They will tell you that's their balance. They will show you and tell you. They are honest, just like every other sign in every other sign's way. Because in Aries, like I said, Aries will be honest about what they want, what they will want to tell you, and how they will achieve that, and what they will make sure you understand. With a Taurus, same way. It's going to be headstrong, but it's going to be headstrong where you going to have to understand they really feeling something about that, like they, or this, or what they would like, or what they want to have, like they want it. Gemini too, we talk about it a little bit more. And then with Cancers, they're tapped into their emotions, where it wouldn't be as much, or it'd be so much, and it can be both. But it takes someone from a different sign that may have those similar attributes to understand that. Where it leads into Leo, where it's like it's everywhere. It don't have to, be condensed down. And then when it is, that's when you gotta worry, because it's like, well, shoot, is you okay? And like I said, they have those senses of feeling like, does anyone care? Like every other sign. And then, like I said, Virgo, headstrong. Do they have their down moments? Of course. Do they want people to know? Hell no. That would be. Why would any sign want anyone to know, even if a sign is honest about it, when they're not okay? They would always want you to know they're okay and they're doing something. That's every sign. But with a Virgo, why would they want you to know that? So with a Libra, if they're telling you that, they really wanted to tell you that. Just like with a Scorpio, which is the next sign, which is late October going into November. It's cold now. Like, the leaves are falling, like they're dying. Like it's cold. So, with Scorpios, they have a sense similar to Cancer, because they're also water. So like I said, with where we are in all the signs, you see how they all have similar interactions, but they all kind of just, because everyone comes from a different time of the year. So like I already said, and now that I've already gotten to Scorpio, you've already seen two mates here. And the two mates for each individual one. And I'm going to get to the next sign before I even tell you the mates. So the Scorpio, all the way into November, it's cold. And, with them, when I've encountered a Scorpio, they're very nice. And they have moments where they would like people to appreciate. Just appreciate them. And I think that's what I've been seeing a lot with Scorpios. Like, they just want to be appreciated. But then, other Scorpios have a way of how they want to be appreciated. But that's how I've seen Scorpios. And it's not bad. Like, it's not all bad. Which leads us into Sagittariuses. So, growing up with a Sagittarius, I've always realized that just as much as an Aries and as a Leo, the fire. But see, this fire is different. This fire is cold. So it's not so much that it's not explosive. It's not so much that it's not, out there. It's cold. So there's going to be a sense of freedom, just a sense of wanting to have some type of spark where it's not so cold. There's warmth there. There's a sense of having security and knowing that everything that they did mattered. With like all signs. And what I know with a Sag is they have a sense of love and care like every other sign. But since we're now at that mark of everybody so far having a mate in the water, earth, air, and fire, Aries and Leo and Sag, all three, they go together in each respected time. Taurus, Virgo, and then the next sign, Capricorn, go together. Capricorn, straight winter. It's not fall no more. It's winter, Christmas, New Year's. It's cold. We're just, they stand headstrong, just as a Taurus, just as a Virgo. Their headstrong is different because it's cold, bitch. Excuse my language, but it's cold. So they're not, just as a Taurus wouldn't want to play before it gets hot, just like a Virgo don't want to play before it get cold, it's already cold. So why do you think they want to play? That's what I know about a Capricorn. And me, my Capricorn moon says a lot about me. I had to look into that. I said, wait a minute. So what moon do I got? Capricorn. So is that why I'm so calm? Because I see a lot of Geminis and they be... But y'all see it? I'm calm. Like, I can't even... It would be like really a force for me to just be screaming and just be going crazy, but I'm calm. So with that being said, yeah, with Capricorns, they're very headstrong. They love what they love. They love what they do. They don't hesitate to let people in a space that they would like them to be in and to feel welcomed at that. Like every other sign, which brings us to Aquarius. Now, Aquariuses, they go with me and Libras. So Gemini is first when it comes to air, then it's Libra, and then it's Aquarius. So with them, it's just as with Capricorn, it's still straight cold. It's midwinter. So do you think with them, they're passionate. I don't know if they get credit for being passionate, but they're passionate. They often have a sense of what they want to. Like, they're not ones to not go out their way. They want you to know that they will. I know some people I've encountered them and they're like, oh, they ain't shit, I went through this. But I've encountered some people that are good people that are Aquariuses. Like, I haven't really, like, if there's a bad sign in any form, it stems, like I said, to the date. So take that time to look into the date of that person and you'll know the type of person they are from there, because that's where it stems to. Because everybody has a date. Everyone has a birth date. You know, the sign is one thing, but the birth date means even more, because then it goes into the time. So, last but not least, we have Pisces. Um, both my grandparents, oddly as it sounds, are water signs. So, I'm an air sign. But when you're bringing in, you know, late January into February for an Aquarius, going into February, late February into March, it's at its peak of it being cold. Like it's starting to break in that it won't be as cold. Like it's not gonna snow as much. Like we're getting to that point that spring is coming. So with Pisces, they're in the sense of they would have wanted them to have better weather, a better direction, maybe in certain aspects of life. Just like every other sign, because even me, like I'm not no saint when it came to wanting to know how I would go about life, because we all try to just think about like, what do I do, you know? But we all protect ourselves. That's the best thing about it. So with Pisces, there's a respect I have for them. I respect all signs. The respect I have for them is their sense of just, they want to tell you what it is, even with their emotion there. And they want you to know that even when you give a little bit of emotion, that the emotion that they're giving may match. They want to give you the emotion that you don't even have to give, just so you could be able to know that y'all on the same page. So I respect that. I can't always say that with the fire signs, because with the fire signs, because see, now I can talk in signs. Y'all know each one and where they match. So with the fire signs, I can't always say that with them, because they're always looked at as being selfish. They're always looked at as being, what way, how way, because it's always my way. And they will tell you that. It's sad to hear it, because that's what they'll tell you, but they'll tell you that. But in reality, they want you to just coexist and do you as much as they want to coexist and do them. With air signs, we just be right there. That's the best way I can say for air signs. Like we just be right there, because the earth signs, they networking, they going out and what, because with a water sign, they doing the same thing too. Like I see water and earth together a lot, just as much as I would see fire and earth together a lot. There's always an air sign everywhere, so I don't even have to say that, but I did anyway for the people who would feel like I need to. So yeah, fire, water, earth, air. You said them all. Those are all the signs, all 12. Do I have a favorite sign? No. We're all great. We all need to be better, and always should be better. We all need to just be better people. There's a lot going on. I don't think anyone should be running around feeling like, well, I'm that Gemini, or I'm that Taurus, or I'm that. I don't feel like that. But that's just me. And the reason why I don't feel like that is because it can get to your head. Because like I said, it digs deeper. It's more of a time and date thing too. Like, see what moon you got. My moon is Capricorn. So, do I blend more with Capricorns? Possibly. But do I blend more with Geminis? I mean, that's my nature. So there could be individuals that, some people could have all of them be their same thing, where it's just Taurus, 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 or Aries, 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 or Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Like some of them, it all depends on the timing, on the date, but it all depends. Some may, I mean, if not, like I said, it all depends. But if you read into it, you'll definitely get the idea. But that's pretty much my analysis on it. I hope y'all enjoyed it because, quite honestly, it's it's very interesting. Like like I told you, like with each science, it's very interesting. Um, I'll end this video with touching a little bit more on my sign and just to connect with my introductory video too. Me as a Gemini has been misunderstood for most of my life. I tell somebody I'm a Gemini, they automatically think I'm gonna be this bitch, this asshole, or I'm gonna just act up, or I'm gonna go crazy and just be this mean person. And then they see that I'm not. They see that I'm just this cool, chill, laid back person. They see I just do what I need to do day to day. I don't even bother them. Sad to say, I could be more receptive and text more or call more. That in I'm not the only one. I know there's other signs like that, but it all depends on the person. But that's just me as far as me being the Gemini that I am. So, um, that's pretty much all. Um, and yeah, like there, when it stems into like friendships and love and money and career, when it comes to that with each sign, that varies. I don't know if I can do that all in one video, but that definitely varies. And why that varies is because it's what they want, like I told you in the beginning. I told you in the beginning as far as what each sign would want mostly. So if one sign, based on the date and the day, is more focused or was focused or had a focus at whatever time, that, like I said, varies on the person. So everyone has a path. I don't knock no one for any path that they take or what they're taking, because it's what we put into it, it's what we can do with it, and how we can be able to achieve our goals. So